Summary and Highlights of Imperfect Courage by Jessica Honegger. Women around the world are being held back by fear. Their fear of trying new things, their fear of failure, or maybe even of success, and what it would mean for them and their family. They fear how people perceive them and struggle to shake off the nagging doubts that they are small and insignificant, that their voice doesn't matter. The author of Imperfect Courage, Jessica Honegger, is living proof that you should do away with your fears, step outside of your comfort zone, and live a life of meaning and purpose. Honegger shares an amazing story of hosting a jewelry sale to fund her goal of adopting a Rwandan orphan and generate income for poor artisans in Uganda at the same time. She didn't know it at the time, but her home jewelry sale would, over several years, grow into a $17 million business run by 4,000 Noonday ambassadors, supporting thousands of artisans, many of them women in countries across the globe. With no business know-how, but with solid faith, more than a little fear, and a whole lot of determination, Honegger stepped outside of her comfort zone. In doing so, she achieved her dream of adoption, built a socially responsible business, and actually discovered a life of purpose. The author weaves her amazingly transformational story through the concepts in the rest of the book. Let's look at some of the main themes in the book. Courage is better than comfort. Staying in your comfort zone seems ideal. For most of us, enjoying a new show on Netflix with a glass of wine sounds like a perfect evening. It brings a sense of security, safety, ease, and comfort. Many of us go through life choosing safety and comfort over working to learn something new or meet new people. It feels like we can't get hurt by staying in and sticking with what's familiar. But what does this comfort really offer us? A boring life, in which we have no impact and live in a spiritual void. A better approach is to choose courage over comfort. For the author, courage had always meant complete fearlessness. But the truth is that for most of us, courage is something a little less bold. And making that choice to embrace risk instead of accepting her lot in life, to run scared toward her goal, changed her life profoundly. It led to her successful adoption and launched a business career that she never imagined for herself. Do you also have goals in life but feel unable to break through your fears? The rest of the book sets up a helpful guide to how you too can find the imperfect courage that you need to get up and be intentional in chasing your dreams. Sometimes you have to boldly stand up and speak out if you want to achieve anything. Girls and women are trained by society to be nice, polite, and humble, and not to speak out. But if you want to achieve your full potential and follow your dreams, you have to speak up. If you ever have a nagging feeling in your gut that you should stand up and say something, then listen to it. Respond to those thoughts and don't let your fear hold you back. There is a world of new opportunity out there if you're willing to step out and reach for it. It's important to value your own worth instead of constantly chasing an impossible dream. The author shares about how too many women have internalized the idea that they need to keep up with others. This is particularly true when it comes to body image. One way to get better at embracing our true worth? First, take a global perspective. In the United States, thinness is highly prized. According to the author, though, many African women regard big hips as beautiful because they show you're living a life of plenty. So whatever your imperfections are, from frizzy hair to a little extra padding, remember that there is a culture somewhere that values these traits as beautiful. Another challenge is to speak and think kindly to yourself. One practical way to get better at this is to reconsider the labels you attach to yourself and to others. You may struggle with style, your weight, or any number of other features of traits, but this does not define you. Put yourself as a whole person with dignity at the center of your own conversation. Accepting vulnerabilities can have a powerful impact. We all have parts of ourselves, particularly those parts that contain our fears and anxieties, that we prefer to keep to ourselves. The thing is, it's only when we share those parts that we can truly connect with others, invite support, empathy, and compassion, and build true and meaningful relationships. It's not always easy to reveal our vulnerabilities, but doing so can have a powerful effect. It could even be a life changer. Working with other women and listening to their stories, Honegger started to see the benefits of practicing vulnerability and embracing the truth of her life and business. Whenever she got invited to speak on a panel with super successful business leaders, she'd be honest. The more open she was about her vulnerabilities, the more she experienced true connection with other people, because she was able to show her whole true self. What is a more valuable thing to share than the reality of who you are? All women will benefit from treating each other with compassion, not judgment, and building a sisterhood. Have you ever encountered another woman in a store, at the pool, or in a coffee shop and silently judged her? Perhaps because she looked more attractive and thinner than you resented her at that moment? Or maybe her kids were misbehaving, so you felt a little disdain for her parenting. The author shares her realization that if you want to build a better world, women need to look at each other with compassion and understanding, not judgment. Women need a sisterhood, and this sisterhood at its best can be an unstoppable force. When sisters decide not to stand back, but to stand up for one another, they can achieve great things. Just because you can't do everything to improve the world, don't let that stop you from doing something. Just because you can't make a big contribution doesn't mean you can't do anything at all. There's always something we can do to help make the world a better place. So what can you do? You don't have to turn your world upside down. Think about how you can make a small adjustment to your current life that would have an impact in the world. Whoever you are, whatever you do, you have the power to make a difference in our world. Use it with courage. To have an impact, prioritize sustainable long-term efforts over short-term results. You can't always be available for others. Eventually, you will simply burn out. It's essential to dedicate some time to taking care of yourself. So here are some tips in the book for avoiding burnout to make sure you pace yourself and take the occasional break. First up is meditation. Take 10 minutes out of your day to affirm to yourself that you don't need to be thinner, harder working, a better mom, or anything else except what you are right there, right then. It will help you remind you of your own value. Next, be present. If you struggle to put down your phone and really connect with people around you, give your children, husband, or friends permission to unplug. Finally, celebrate effort. Effort is worth celebrating because it's effort that, in the long run, brings results. There's no point in getting to where you want to go in life if when you arrive, you aren't in one piece. So take care of yourself. You will flourish and you will be able to make your best possible contribution toward a continually evolving world. Here's a final wrap-up of the big themes in the book. Many women know deep down that something more fulfilling is out there. But instead of pursuing their deepest desires for a meaningful, impactful life, they stay in their places of safety and comfort. If we do find our courage and step scared but hopeful out into the world, huge opportunities await. Stop letting fear keep you on the sidelines and embrace your courage today. Here are 3 great quotes from Imperfect Courage. 1. If there is one formula that I can share with you, it is this. Vulnerability, when met with empathy, leads to wholeness. It works this way every time. 2. We can posture ourselves for empathy, for compassion, for peace, for love. And it is from this posture that the most miraculous things come out of our mouths. Things such as, tell me more. I would love to understand your perspective more fully here. Tell me what I can do better. I have a lot to learn from you. Is there more you would like to share? 3. Healthy dialogue isn't a boxing match at all. It's synchronized swimming, unified, others-focused, graceful. Letting go of comfort always serves to free us up. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video helpful and inspiring. Please subscribe to our channel for more.